Hello everyone, this is Alex with CyberForce Q. Do you want to learn to build a cybersecurity program for your organization that actually works? If so, we've prepared this video series to help guide you through the most important parts of the journey. In this video, we're going to be going over the top 3 ways to measure cybersecurity progress. It's important to be able to measure our cybersecurity programs so that we can build optimized strategy and ensure it's having a positive impact. There are actually several ways to measure cybersecurity progress. Let's review some options. The very first way to measure cybersecurity progress is by referencing your organization's breach and incident history. Okay, so the truth is I'm throwing a curveball here. This is usually not one of the best ways to measure progress. The problem is, this form of measurement is not exactly forward-looking. Just because a vulnerable system or gap has not been exposed in the past doesn't mean it's not possible in the future. Inversely, even well-run cybersecurity programs have to deal with incidents at times. And that's not always reflective of the organization's security. I thought this form of measurement was worth bringing up so that we could contrast it with more predictive measurement styles. In addition, it's notable that breach and incident history still gets lots of focus within the cyber liability insurance industry. Unless we're dealing with clearly established patterns, there are generally better ways to measure success. The second way to measure cybersecurity progress is with gap assessments. The idea here is to regularly assess the organization's standing relative to established cybersecurity controls. In addition to measuring direct control fulfillment, it's a good idea to document the standing of policy, documentation, and reporting capability. The great thing about gap assessments is that they're very efficient. They provide context to identify security gaps and to consider those gaps through the lens of risk exposure. In general, this is going to be more predictive than simply relying on historical incident or breach occurrences. With that said, gap assessments do have a downside. They're a blunt instrument. They tend to contain a fair amount of subjectivity, and they don't always paint a complete picture. Even so, gap assessments are an excellent way to measure progress in the early stages of cybersecurity program development, allowing the organization to focus on action items rather than complex measurement. The third and final way to measure cybersecurity progress is with operational metrics. We've discussed this topic briefly in this series already, and we'll go even deeper in the next video as we discuss the differences between metrics of validation, effectiveness, and efficiency. What I want to highlight now is the idea that operational metrics can provide excellent objective measurement, and they provide much stronger context than the more subjective forms of measurement. Operational metrics are typically something that takes some level of program maturity to implement. Usually, it makes sense to implement them after building up the program a little bit. Still, after this transition, organizations can report on cybersecurity progress in a very strong and articulate way. These were the top 3 ways to measure cybersecurity progress. In the next video, we'll look at the top 3 types of operational metrics. From all of us at CyberForce Q, thank you for watching. Please make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any of our upcoming cybersecurity videos or courses. We'll see you in the next video.